At least you're good at fantasy football. Let's take a look at some of the standings and
I did
everything
win
in the
this week.
scoreboard.
No icing.
Whatever.
Shut up, Taylor.
You might have to do that. By the way, here are.
Wait, you still got the lowest score of the expert.
Doesn't
Oh
matter.
my gosh! Look at that
Wait,
low
did
score.
Is there a bet?
There
Yeah,
is
right.
a,
Was there
there is
anything you put up?
there is a punishment for the lowest score of the experts this week. It'll be losing your piece of flair from the table.
Oh, no.
Oh no! By the way, MG held on for a victory over the Meltonites and everything like
Nice.
that. But are we going to show the standings? What are we doing now?
Let's do a box thing.
Let's not do a boxing. Now, last week, the fantasy footballers sent us an ornament, whatever it is, because they thought, oh,
holiday
we're the
season.
highest scores of the expert division. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't work that way. FaZe Clan was the highest scores of the week. That's why Ricky Hollywood broke her hand on a piece of plywood while wearing a white belt and whatever. So they left
Really
it here,
hurt.
and I threatened to break whatever they had, but now they got a bunch of wind in their jaw last night because Chris Carson, in overtime, gave the fantasy footballers the highest score of the week. Something that they're very proud of, and we might not break what's in this box.
What is it?
But you know what? Actually, if you can meet me at camera 3, I got a message for the fantasy footballers. Can you meet me over there? Just let me know. Just let me know when you're ready.
We're ready.
And I got a message. There we are. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm gonna see if I see. Okay, first of all, I was looking up the movie The Ring to see what year that came out. I'm checking the score, the standings right here in our all new NFL Fantasy app, and it seems like okay, I got you won. That's great news.
I never got one of those.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
did you get that?
you don't get a lot of those actually.
none of us do.
It usually goes to the winners. So you
I
wouldn't-
did win
you
this
wouldn't
week.
see
I
you
did
wouldn't
the-
see that a lot.
If you're the
I'm
commissioner,
looking
you
at the
should know that I
standings.
won this week.
Let's see. I'm number 1. Is number 1 better than number 2? I don't know. I don't know how this quite works. By the way, points for 1, 4, 4, 4 for the fantasy footballers. 1, 4, 3, 4. I'm sorry. Is the highest total? Is that what we want? Is this like golf? Is you want the lowest score or do you want the highest score?
I'm pretty sure you want the
Remind
high-
me.
yeah.
Okay,
We
so
want the
fantasy
highest.
footballers, congratulations. Congratulations on another piece of flair that's going to go on our table. I don't care what is this garbage?
What is it, a fold-up tent?
No, it's going to be another flag.
Oh god.
Oh, that one's even bigger than the other one.
Oh my god,
Oh
the
my
League
heavens.
One logo on it?
How big do they think the studio is?
Yeah, I don't know. This might not even fit on the fantasy live set. Oh, what the hell?
Where are we going to put
Oh,
this?
geez.
By the way, they do have the Fantasy League One logo on it. That's
nice.
nice.
Wait, I do have to say I saw this one piece of artwork where we
Who
were
lost?
all in the
I
fantasy
thought you just
footballer
proved
set, and
that
it was so cool.
They beat you by
They should
1
have put
point?
that on there.
They did
Yeah,
beat
right?
me. Points for the season. I am leading them. Standings. I am leading them. I am leading them in every metric that matters except
my
for.
gosh.
Oh, I got the highest.
Well, you know
total
what I
of the
love
week.
is how humble
All right,
you are.
We'll fly that at some point. Let's go to the Week 10 recap, though. There were some other matches that were happening. We'll start with the Oracle beating the B team. Edges you out. What was the difference here?
Yeah, for me this week was a couple different things. I picked the wrong streaming tight end. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. I went with Mike Gesicki over Jacob Hollister, over
Well, I like
O.J.
Gesicki.
Howard. Yeah, I like Gesicki too. It was just a bad game for him. But I started Phillip Rivers. He had like 3 interceptions, just did not play his best game of the year. And, I had Tyreek Hill. He scored 33
You
fantasy
went with
points
Phillip
for me,
Rivers?
and that was great. And yeah, I did go with Rivers this week.
But how great was Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, Tyreek
Oh,
every
30
week.
fantasy plus points.
Yeah,
It's
Tyreek
crazy.
every week. He got Patrick Mahomes. He got his guy back this week. He saw a career high 19 targets and just went absolutely nuts on those looks. And yeah, Hill has been a difference maker for me every single week. It just wasn't enough this week.
I'm still trying to figure out how the Kansas City Chiefs lost that game because they were dominating
Right.
in
Aren't
all
they like
facets
1
of
and
the game.
7 against the Titans too? That's crazy.
It is crazy. The Titans are like the luckiest
How?
team out there, but whatever. Congratulations to them on their victory, and congratulations to Team Ricky Hollywood,
Yes.
Inc., getting over on Team AEW. This hasn't been a great weekend for Cody Rhodes. Not only will he not be able to ever challenge for the AEW title, because MJF threw in the towel for him at Full Gear.
The worst.
I was
Wait,
so...
can you explain that? What does that
Okay,
mean?
Cody Rhodes was battling Chris Jericho, and he said, and Cody did this on his own. He said, if I lose, I will never challenge for the AEW title. So this was a 60-minute time limit. They had 3 judges in case it went over, including Ding Malenko, Arn Anderson, and the great Muda. And so MJF was looking at Cody, threw in the towel for him. But you thought he was just trying to save his friend, but really no. MJF was just exposing himself to be the dirty liar and cheat that we knew he was.
Oh, what a heel.
I have
But
no idea what
anyways-
he's talking about.
AEW,
What?
You know,
thanks for being supportive of the people
What?
who
I do, but
who are part of
the
our
other
league.
people, of course, I know
Do you watch-
AEW.
do you-
We've worn their
do you
shirts
watch,
before.
Do you watch The Flash by any chance? Okay,
Yes,
so how
of
about
course
your
I do.
matchup?
Of course I do,
So
Adam.
Ricky Hollywood.
Yes.
Congratulations to you. What was the huge, like Golden Tate?
Golden Tate really went off this week, which was really great. And I was watching Jarvis Landry on my bench just rack up more points than he has, and we'll get to that later in the show. So I was a little nervous, but then I was like, okay, it's the Jets versus the Giants. Like Golden Tate, Evan Ingram's out. Golden Tate's got to be the guy. And he really, really went off, and it was great to see.
Yeah, the Jets have had a lot of problems stopping slot receivers this season. That was an astute move. Not only you drafted Golden Tate, you also have Kareem Hunt too. So
I
two
do.
guys that
I
are
have
coming
both
through
of
for
them.
you.
yeah, Ricky, you've been stashing Tate for a while. It's a good call for sure.
Tate
Yeah.
and Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a good call with Tate.
Yeah, so we'll see if it pays off. We'll see where Kareem Hunt goes. I don't know. He might just be chilling on my bench.
You're looking good though. You're looking good, and also looking good this season. Taylor made
Thank you.
the
I've been waiting for
victory
you to say
over
it.
Kane
I'm
Brown.
so glad I don't have to get iced today.
Kane
Can I
Brown.
just say I am ecstatic that I do not have to get
It's
iced
not the
today. I was
challenge
thinking about
every
calling
week,
out.
though, Taylor.
I was
Would you?
texting
not.
Justin, our producer, last night. I was like, I'm really starting
How
to
do
you
not
text
feel.
that?
Well,
Yeah, what is,
Audio-
is there a
I
I
guess
told
coughing
him I was
emoji?
coming down
right?
with a cough. I said it's not good. I can't come into work tomorrow, especially if Breida comes back in the game. I am not coming in.
Yeah, about this. So what happened? Matt Breida
He left the
missed
game questionable to return with an ankle injury. Obviously didn't return, except I was thinking, okay, well, if they go into overtime, it's probably enough time for them to check out his ankle, put him back in the game. It wasn't. I made a few mistakes this week. I did not play Darius Slayton. Speaking of Golden Tate, Darius Slayton also went off this week. And he was just sitting on my bench, racking up points. Jarvis Landry sitting on my bench, racking up points. And then Jared Goff did not have a very good game. I think he scored me 3 fantasy points.
But your running backs
But
have been carrying your team
my
so
running
much,
backs are what
including Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's been the
how?
number
Yeah.
2 running back this season in overall fantasy. Running backs, he had a touchdown. He had 26 attempts, tons of, every single game he has been my workhorse and he's been my top scorer. So he's kind of what I depend on each and every week. Nick Chubb still had a good game. I have a very strong slate of running backs and Ezekiel Elliott, but none of them compared to Dalvin Cook and what he's been able to do this season.
By
Yeah,
the way,
he's been amazing,
By the
yeah.
way, doesn't it feel like Matt Breida gets hurt in almost every game?
All the time.
Yeah, he cannot ever finish a game. I feel bad for him.
And
Well,
Mostert
I
was
feel
the-
bad for him too, except I certainly did not feel bad for him last night.
That's just rude. Poor Kane Brown. Like, he's had some of the worst. Like, his team is
true.
actually really good.
Yeah.
He's still competitive. He's still picking up players.
His team is very
off the
good.
waiver wire. He's still involved. He's still active. Even when he was in the draft, he was doing radio interviews. He was still out there picking his team, but it has just not worked out for him. And sometimes
Yesterday
that
was my
happens.
day, though.
Sometimes it happens in
I
fantasy
think
football.
I have him next week.
And
Not
also,
sure, but-
we'll go easy on him. And I did not go easy, though, on the FaZe Clan this week. I did not get the benefit of any points out of Cooper Kupp, and I still finished with the second highest total of the week, thanks in no small part to Ron
brag.
Jones, Aaron Jones, and my quarterback, Lamar Jackson. I think all those guys are pretty good. And you talk about hard luck. Well, let's talk a little bit about Lamar Jackson for a moment, too. I was all ready to put out a post today about how Lamar Jackson is my MVP, not only in fantasy, but real football, too. And then Russell Wilson rallied the Seahawks last night. I'm like, okay, I think this is still undecided a little bit. But Lamar Jackson, is he going to be able to keep up this pace?
I think so. I mean, if we've learned anything over the last 16 games of his career so far, he has been a true difference maker for this team. One of the true difference makers in the NFL. But I'm with you though. It's really close right now between Russ and Lamar right now. I think it's really, really close.
I do think that he's going to be able to keep it up because you can kind of tell that there are some games where he relies heavily on on his passing game,
Right.
and there are games where he relies more on his run, and it just kind of depends on which matchup it is. And when he does see that opportunity to take the ball and run it, he's certainly not afraid and knows that he is quicker than most defenders, and so he takes those chances and he takes those risks. But I don't see it stopping anytime soon because I think he has done, and the Ravens have done a good job of kind of managing his workload and handing it off to Ingram enough. So there are plenty of strong backs for him to kind of divvy up the workload with.
And he
I
wasn't-
remember when there was a time where people thought Lamar Jackson couldn't throw.
Yeah,
I
and you know
know.
what? He actually passed very well. He had a perfect passer rating. It was kind of overshadowed by the spin move and the little thing that made it look like he was playing on Xbox or whatever was going on. But
remember.
perfect passer rating once again this season. So
Multiple times.
congratulations to Lamar Jackson. Let's take a look at the standings though before we go to break. And this
your
is
headshot
getting-
is still up
This is
there.
getting embarrassing.
No, it's you love
Oh, we
it.
still have a lot to go. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of fun. By the way, you look at that, it seems like those two teams right there destined
Yeah.
to meet in the finals.
I hate that we're all tied.
The bottom
but I
four-
love that I'm on top.